Hi Pisces, welcome to MajorsOverall. Ruth here with your new reading for January 2022, the first one of the new year. We're going to do what we always do, so we'll look at sun, moon, stars, which is external actions and experiences. Then we'll look at what's driving those external actions and experiences from beneath the surface. And then finally, we'll look at the stars, which is going into February, kind of outcomes of this current path that you are walking. So my darlings, I've been saying on the videos, if you look outside the window, the weather today is because the weather yesterday, and the weather tomorrow is because of the weather today. And that's like our experiences, and that's what we read when we're reading tarot. We're reading the nature of now, the nature of your experiences, the nature of what you've been going through, and that'll indicate some of the potential experiences that you might be having, the lessons that you might be learning, and some of the things that you may encounter because of the nature of now. I mean, that was nice and straightforward. Okay, I feel like it's this card actually. I feel like it's this card. 3 of Wands, my darling, is at the base of the reading. It was on the top, but I could feel it was for the bottom. You've got the 3 of Wands for the wow. Definitely was that 333. Definitely was meant to be the 3. Got the 3 of Wands at the base of your reading, my darling. So the theme of your month is new horizons and new opportunities. That's what I'm seeing for you. And actually, this is something that's going to be ongoing for the year of 2022. You want new horizons, new ventures, new vistas, new views, new friends, new life. You know, you're wanting to expand your horizons, new horizons. That was what is that? Did I say new horizons? Because that was the first thing that came. New horizons. That's what your month definitely is going to be about, January into February, but definitely your year is going to be about new horizons and new horizons also. So let's have a look at some of your experiences and actions. You've learned something very significant. You've had a very significant lesson, or some very significant lessons over the past year, or this year I should say, 2021, maybe 2020. Obviously the impact of the pandemic has meant that we've been, in a sense, forced to sit in our own discomfort and really look at where we live and look at how we live, in how I live. How do I live in my body? How do I live in my head? You know, how do I live in my home? How do I live in my relationships? You know, we've had to really, look at that stuff because we've had no choice, because everything's been locked down and we can't go anywhere, we can't see anyone. And what you've learned something from that, and you're holding on to what you've learned, and you're bringing that into this new year. And look at this solidity and the strength and the balance that this knowing has given you. You know, this is the thing that you're holding on to, the thing that you've learned. You're holding on to it on both these cards, actually. You're holding on to something that you've learned. And as I said, it's because probably, I just presume it's because of the pandemic. It might not have been, obviously. You know your life. But, yeah, we definitely have. You've definitely learned something. You've kind of gone within. There's this energy of kind of searching for answers, searching for truth, finding a way to hear your own truth. However you've done that, whether it's talking or writing or meditating or yoga or whatever, or speaking to a friend or speaking to people that you love, whatever, I don't know, doctor, I don't know, but you found a way to speak to yourself. You found a way to understand yourself. You found a way to understand your needs, your feelings, your desires, etc. You found a way, and that's what you hold on to with the 7 of Wands. You know, 7 is the number of mystery, the number of mastery, the number of wisdom, and that's because 7s ask us to ask questions: why and how and where and when and if, and and then also respond to those answers that you get and ask more questions. And that's why it's a number of mystery and also mastery. But that kind of investigation, in a sense, or that kind of awareness that you've gained over the last however many months, it is bringing about this justice, this balance, this understanding, this clarity that you seem to now have about you moving forward, about how you're going to move forward. I don't know what you're going to do. I don't know where you're going to go, but this card indicates new horizons, new experiences. So this might be you bringing them in, new experiences into your life. You might, randomly, this is just coming to my head, so I'm going to give this as the example that's just coming to my head. So, for example, so random, but anyway, joining a choir. So when you were younger, like me, for example, you were at school, you were in a choir and you love to sing with other people, and now you're, 40 or 50 or whatever, and you've never done it for like 30 years. You've never sang in a choir for like 30 years. And you're like, do you know what? You've learned, you understand, you realise what you want, you've got that clarity. You're going to go join a choir, and that's going to be new for you. And that's going to be an opportunity for discovery, an opportunity to discover, how not just how you can sing, but who you can meet and how you feel in new situations. And you might learn about why you've avoided those type of situations for so long, and you'll learn all sorts of things about yourself, and you'll learn all sorts of things about how you interact with other people. And for example, that's what we mean about new horizons. Yes, new experiences, but it's you in new experiences. So you're learning. Because you're putting yourself in new situations, you're learning new things about yourself. You're uncovering things about yourself. You're discovering things about yourself. This is what the justice, and that is helping you to feel kind of, more kind of self-assured, more manifest. That's the word that came to mind, more manifest. It's as if maybe it's been a figment of you. You'll know what that means, Pisces. A figment of you has been walking around and speaking for you and living your life and doing your job and, sleeping in your bed. It's been a figment of you. It's not been the real you. And you've found the real you. You understand the real you. And yeah, maybe it's not fully formed, but you have an understanding of that, of what that actually means now, of what it is to be you, to live in your body, to live in your mind, to live in those emotions. You understand what that means. And you're uncovering and discovering, because of these new experiences that you're going to be encountering, that you're going to be bringing into your life yourself. You're going to do it. You're going to go join the choir, or I don't know, get a different job. Or it doesn't have to be anything huge. It can, as I said, it could be something like joining a choir, or taking up. You used to go skateboarding or bike riding, so you're gonna go skateboarding again and bike riding again. And that's the new horizon. You've not done it for X amount of years, and maybe you meet new people. But what you learn is who you are now, doing these new things. That's what you learn. And because you've not done those things for a few years or whatever, you feel stronger, and you start to feel more strengthened and more. When I say more manifest, it's like you're a figment, and now you kind of, your flesh is coming on the bones, if that makes sense. It's like, that's how it appears. It's like you've been floating around, and now you're kind of walking around, your feet are on the ground, and you're kind of you're actually actively bringing the things into your life, or as I said, joining that choir, or buying that skateboard, or reading that book, or whatever it is. Going to a pub quiz. It could be something small like that. It doesn't have to be huge. It could be you start going to a pub quiz because you like, forget the pandemic for a second, but just, stay with me. It could be something that small. You start going to a pub quiz, or you start doing a bit of gardening, or you start walking the dog earlier, so you get up earlier in the morning, and just doing that, you meet a different person, or you go through a different place, or it's that. But those type of experiences, meeting the different people, or going to the different place, or seeing how you are in this new environment, that's solidifying you. That's strengthening you. I feel happy for you. Even though happy is just a made-up concept, doesn't exist, but I feel happy for you because, you're actually understanding and creating yourself and giving birth to yourself. It's almost like you're reborn in a way. You're like truthful and honest and living in your reality, and you're bringing that into this world. You're manifesting yourself. It's like a rebirth. I'm speaking like this. I'm quite excited for you, but I feel like you will be too. I feel like you having these, as I said, these new experiences. You join the choir, you meet a different person, or you go for you take a different walk, or you start whatever, bike riding or whatever. And you almost surprise yourself at how, oh my God, I can actually do this. Like, oh my God, I can like speak to people. Or, oh my God, like, like I'm actually quite a chill person. Like, oh my God, like people actually like me. Or it's like the little discoveries that you're making just by doing these little acts is solidifying you, is helping you feel confident, helping you feel like, oh my gosh, like I can do this. Like and then once you can do this, you can do this, and you can do that, and you can do that, and you can do anything. So the changes maybe start small. It might just be the different walking the dog in a different direction, or walking the dog earlier in the day, or joining the choir. It might just be something small, but the doors and the horizons that opens for you this year is literally boundless. Like, it's boundless. And we've got this energy of the hermit. This is a process that's been ongoing for you. So you've been in the situation of, as I said, probably because of the pandemic, but your life, where we've been having to, as I said, how does it feel to live in my body? What do I actually need and want? And decide what is important to me? What, what's going to move me? What's going to motivate me? Why do anything? Why should I do anything? And if I'm going to do anything, what should I do? How am I going to spend my time? Blah, 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 blah. Your eyes are closed, but you're guided sure-footedly, even over the, you're guided by this, what you've learned, what you now know to be true, what you now know to be you, what you now know to be, when I feel this, or when I think this, or when I'm not sleeping, or when I'm eating like this, that means that I'm X, Y, or Z. And you've got that language now and that understanding now. And that language and that understanding is only going to develop throughout the course of 2022. Definitely in the month of January and into February 2022, it's going to develop. And you're going to, and listening to yourself, responding to yourself, engaging with yourself, increases your awareness, strengthens you, and helps you feel more and more balanced. And because of that, you're able to bring on or have new experiences, and that in turn, those new experiences change your horizons, change your feelings, change your emotions, change your thoughts, etc., etc., etc. So it's a beautiful, what a lovely start to the year. Let's look at what's motivating, that what's beneath the surface. We've got the Queen of Swords. So again, this truth and this new truth and new and clear, honest thought and clear, honest communication and being honest with yourself about how you feel. I just kind of had a bit of a rant. Not really. I like a rant sometimes, but I had a bit of a rant. I think it was Aquarius, and I said to them, sometimes it wasn't a rant. I was explaining what these middle cards mean in a kind of metaphorical way, giving them examples, kind of thing. And I was saying to them, sometimes we can't even admit to ourselves in our own minds that I feel this way, or that I did this wrong, or that I'm lonely, or that I'm hurt, or that whatever, or that I feel that I need to apologize, or whatever it is. Sometimes we can't even admit that to ourselves. This is the opposite. This is you being honest with yourself about exactly how you're feeling, what you're experiencing, how you're engaging with yourself. This is what the Queen of Swords is representing. So we have that clear communication between your intuition, the mute part of yourself, and your mental consciousness, your ability to hear that and to think and to give it a volume. So many times when I had in the past years ago now, obviously, when I had anxiety, I didn't even know I had anxiety. I just didn't even hear the kind of, you do this thing like you plan all the time, like, oh my God, like you plan like, oh, I'll do this and like what will happen if I go down that road, or and you have these, but they're so fast you don't even hear them. But you just feel the fear, like you feel like an energetic or a physical kind of reaction. So your breathing might speed up, for example, but you don't hear anything going on in your head. You don't hear it. But it was only when I started meditating that it kind of like slowed down my thoughts, and it was really fast. Still, it was like, say 100 scenarios in 10 seconds go through your head like that, like a flash. It was still really quick, but it's my, meditation slowed me down enough so that I could hear it. This is what I'm hearing for you. It's like maybe you've been meditating, maybe you've been having some sort of doing some mindfulness or some CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, not CBD, maybe you've been doing CBD, actually, CBD oil or whatever. You can do that. It's legal now, isn't it, in the UK, and I know it is in some places in America, and blah blah blah. Slowing down your mind, slowing down those fast thoughts that you can actually hear. You're hearing yourself. You're hearing yourself. You're communicating with yourself. You're aware of what is going on in your mind. You have that clear connection. And again, that's the reason that, it feels like a new thing. Like I used me as an example and said, when I started my mindfulness practice, my meditation practice back in 2013 it was, when I started practicing, it was only then, and I started doing CBT. CBD. No, I'm all confused. The therapy, not the cannabis oil. But anyway, and I was on the bus and I was going, and it was like, oh my God, like I literally, was the first time I'd ever heard all of it going on in my head. It was the first time, and it was like instant, quick, and I was like, oh my God. And then I did more things, and I did this, and I joined this, and and it's like that for you. It's like a new start for you. It's like you're having these little chinks, these little moments of inspiration, of breakthroughs, of clarity. These moments of clarity you're having, they're coming through, and you're going with it. You're responding to how you feel. You're responding to your emotions and to your physical body. You're listening to yourself physically, and your comfort or discomfort. You're listening to that. You're responding to it, and you're listening to also your desires, your wants, the things that you actually want and that you want to go toward and that get you excited. Because after my nana passed away in 2013, that's when I started doing my thing. One of the things it was like a fog, I said I was meditating and stuff, but it was like, and having my CBT, whatever, how many hours I had, 6 or whatever. But anyway, I was like, well, what, I need to feel myself. Like, I need to know, like, who am I? Like, because you're kind of in this fog for so long. And the one of the things that I used to do when I was younger, when I was at school, was that I used to do acting. And I loved it. And so I was like, right, I'm just going to do some acting classes. Let me just do some acting. And I just do it on a Thursday, just once a week. I don't know, a few hours a week. But honestly, doing that was like therapy, because it was like I was getting back to me. Like, I was getting back to feeling who I was, like what it's like for me to be in my body. Because when you go through, not that you've necessarily been going through that, but I'm telling you this for a reason, so I'm just going to carry on. So, like, when you're going through, like, if you're going through kind of emotional or, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, you're going through, like, struggles, emotional struggles. You're in your head, you're not in your body. You don't feel your body almost. You're just kind of, like, consumed, in a sense, by what you're experiencing, by the sadness, the depression, or whatever it is, the anxiety. You're just consumed by that. You don't even feel the physical kind of impact of it and weight of it. And so when you you have your therapy, you do your meditation, whatever it is you do to help yourself, you're kind of like, it's like you've been out of your body for such a long time. You don't know what it's like to be you again. So you do something to kind of help you feel like you. And I did, and I listened to that, and my passion was, I just was like, oh, well, I used to do acting, and I literally just Googled it, like, just acting, and just found a little class that was, like, near my house. I could just go, it was really close, I just, I'll go there. Do you know what I mean? And that type of inspiration, that's what you're doing. You're feeling that, and you need to respond to that, and you do respond to that. I see that you're responding to it. This is what you discover. Pentacles energy, we talk about it being security, manifestation, money, but it's actually about what is within. This is you. If you imagine there's a your moment of conception. So when the sperm enters the egg, that moment of conception, if there was a snapshot of the sky, and we could decipher it, that's what it would say. You are born for at a specific time for a specific purpose. The purpose doesn't have to mean you have to change the world, or you have to bloody invent the frigging light bulb. The purpose could be, to have this family, to have this child, to live in this place, to know this person, whatever, to have this friendship, whatever the purpose could be. That's for you to discover. We go through our lives trying to discover who we are. And that's why Pentacles is abundant and secure, because that's the source of it. The source of your abundance, your security, your happiness, your wealth. The source of it is, who are you meant to be? Who were you born to be? And as I said, it doesn't have to be anything. You don't have to, like, I don't know, invent satellites and frigging invent the internet for there to be a purpose. As I said, it could be that you are in a certain place at a certain time when you're 79 years old. How do you know? That's not the thing. Anyway, you discover it, blah, 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 blah. That's why it provides us with that security. So you're acting on the things that you're discovering, the new thing that you've discovered about yourself, that you're discovering about yourself, that you're continuing to learn about yourself. You're acting on them. You're listening to those things that you're hearing, and you're acting, doing things in response to the things that you're feeling and hearing. And the things that you're doing is broadening your horizons, giving you new experiences, creating new feelings and emotions, and also exposing for you old things that you have felt and that you've kept for a long time, etc., etc., etc. It's a process, it's ongoing, it's transformative. But in January, that's what we do. January, wow, look, this healing, this is literally the process you're going through. You're in that process of healing, transformation, and you're working. It's like three pentacles. It's like you're working with all aspects of yourself, with all the fullness of you and the fullness of your nature and the fullness of who you are and what it means to be you. You're not just a body with legs or no legs or eyes or no eyes. You're not just senses. You're not just like, oh, I can see or I can hear, or I can feel. You're not, because then that's not who you are. Because then when you dream, who's that? What's that? When you close your eyes and you sleep, can you still hear? Can you still see? Can you still feel when you dream? But who's that? Who's that feeling? So listen, I'm not going to give you nothing. I'm just saying, you're recognizing now, yeah, Pisces. Well, anyway, you're Pisces. You're like up here anyway. But you're recognizing that and listening to that. You're listening to all aspects of self, and all aspects of self are working toward firming you up, manifesting the you, the real you, the you were born to be. Listen to that, and you will discover that, and you will bring that you were born to be manifest solidly in this world by the end of this year. Definitely. 333. Oh my god, what did I show you at the beginning? 333. What have we got here? 333. Cray. But not cray. Not cray. Not cray, Pisces, because threes are the number of expansion, right? Threes are the number of it's like, right, I'll explain what number 3 means, and I'll use this card, and I'll use this card actually, right? Okay, I want you to close your eyes now. Just close your eyes, and I want you to imagine that you are, and you can, however way you want to do it, you go to the ends of the universe, and I want you to imagine it. I want you to imagine your body or your mind physically going to the end of the universe, the very, very end of the universe, as far as you can go, as long as you can go. And I want you to open your eyes, and I want you to tell me, is there still a sky? Is there still a sky at the end of that universe? Then it's not the end of the universe, is it? You'll say, well, there's nothing. Well, what is that? What is nothing then? You tell me that. Just side note, you can find out what nothingness is on Key Minds when I launch my channel very soon. It's launching. I'll be putting little videos on. It's all very good, high concept, but it's about, Key Minds is actually about creating a space for you to observe your own mind, to observe yourself, observe, how am I reacting? What am I thinking? But that's what expansion means. It means that there is no end to what you can learn about yourself. There's no end to what you can feel. There's no end to what you can experience, to what you can be aware of, to what you can hear and feel. There's no end to it. And there is no end to it. There's no end. There's always a sky. You can go, you can get in I don't know, the Voyager, what's it called in Star Trek? You can get in that and you can go as far as you want to go, for as long as you want to go, and there will still be a sky above you, or around you, or about you. There will still be sky. That's what we mean when we say expansion. When we say expansion, we mean there's no end. And you're learning and seeing, 333 here, guys, you're learning and you're seeing and you're going to those extremes. Your horizons are opening this year. Whether you want to say that in a metaphorical way, in a spiritual way, in an emotional way, in a physical way, in a financial way, does not matter to me. Call it whatever you want to call it, but you're having brand new horizons, brand new frontiers. This is one of your horizons, right? This is about, when we think this is, oh my God, I'm going off a tangent, but I always want to focus on what does it mean to feel something, what does it mean to think something? What does it mean to feel something? What does it mean to think something? This is that card that basically tells you that how you think, the way that you've been thinking, your perception of things hurts you, makes you feel bad. So that was like me, right? So my anxiety, my thinking made me feel bad. That's why I had anxiety or whatever. This is what this card represents. So yes, in February, January, this is the last rose, February, but whatever. This is about those new horizons of recognizing, trying to understand, not even trying to understand. You will have experiences. You're on that path. When we see major arcana, this is karma. Karma is the imprint of your past actions. Your actions are what you say, what you do, what you think. You are going to understand the impact of your past actions, of what you said, of what you did, of what you thought. The impact on you, not on anyone else, not on the world, on you. That's what's important. That's what karma is about. It's about you. Okay? So but the beauty of it is, when I always see these cards, and we see it, I see a pattern emerging. We see the healing as well. We see the healing with this energy, and we see the acceptance and the reaping of the rewards. The fact is, when you look, you will find. And when you find, when you look, you will find more and more and more. The sky will never end. But see, the beauty of those horizons is the beauty of the things that you discover about you, about yourself, about your nature, about your capacity to love, to change, to transform, to manifest, to create, to enjoy, to feel physically and emotionally. That's the thing. That's why we keep on this mindful path, or I do personally, because it's like, mate, there ain't been many people out seeing these skies, but it feels so good to see these skies. That's what it is. So even when we see this, we're happy to see the skies. It's almost a reward for you. It's almost like, yes, I've done it. I've worked it out. I found it. I've understood. This is what's going to be uncovered. So this year for you, Pisces, is, and this is your card, isn't it? The moon card at the end. I'll just say quick, because it's gone on a bit long, this video, but I'll just say the last thing I'll say about this card is that the moon is an inanimate object. Nothing happens on the moon. It's mute. We wouldn't even see. The only reason we see the moon is because of the sun. The sun is your divine masculine. The moon is your divine feminine in these terms. The sun is your awareness, is your attention, is your focusing, is your looking at something. That's the sun. And because you look at something, you illuminate it. That's the moon. You illuminate what's there already by your attention. And by illuminating what's there already by your attention, what happens is we transform and think, oh my God, I can't believe I felt like that for that long for that reason. Oh my God, that's why I felt like that. Oh my God, that's why I thought like that. Oh my God. Once you realise that, you can start doing different things, acting differently, behaving differently. That brings in new experiences into your life, new horizons, new experiences, new emotions, new feelings, new thoughts, blah, 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 etc., etc. So, my darlings, I think this is a lovely reading for you. I'm excited for you, Pisces, because new horizons, new experiences, new feelings, new strength, solidity, and you're just going to get stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger as this year goes on. As the month goes on, as this year goes on, you're going to get stronger and stronger and stronger. All right, Pisces, it's gone on for a bit long, this reading. I hope you like this reading, my darlings. As I said, keep an eye out for Key Minds. I'm going to be posting. I want to do all the branding all fancy, and I want to make it all slick and nice. But keep an eye out for Key Minds. I'll be doing some little Easter eggs for you guys on this channel, and you can go over and, you know, subscribe to that channel and see the first few videos, etc. So just keep an eye out for that. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe now and click the notification bell. Right, I'm going to leave you. Have a wonderful Christmas festive season, my darlings. Have a wonderful festive season, and I will see you all again in January around the 20th for your brand new readings. Take care, my darlings. Bye.